Hey, so working on the Warlock again. It's time to plug the jack cavity. So we got a plug. I'm going to put that inside there, but first I have to get all this paint out. So that's what I'm going to do currently. And this time I'm hands-free, so you can actually see some things. Just fit that a little bit. Nice. Get it back up if I can. Okay, and whoop. So for this and pretty much everything I use Type Bond. Just Type Bond original, Type Bond 1. Or, this is 1. It's original, so that is what I am using currently. I have used 2 and 3. They're both really good also, but for the ST3 neck, I was told by several people use original, so that's what we got going on now. So just push that up in there. I got extra a little bit. It's a 7/8 inch hole. I've got a 7/8 inch dowel. Of course, yes, the Dremel just did route out a little extra, but that's all right. I can fill that in. That's no problem. So there's that. I think, yeah, you can see that. Cool. So there's that. And as I said before, the jack is going to be right here and a recessed like strat jack plate that's attached to this plate. So the only thing I have to do with this cavity now is that jack, and I'm going to put a 5-way selector switch here because I'm also putting that single coil here, and I gotta make some templates. I just tried with a plunge router, and it turns out I have the wrong bit, so that didn't work out at all. It just threw everything. So next hole that I'm going to be filling is this one in the middle of the heel. I don't need that, so I'm going to set up for that and get back. Okay, back with the surgery. I'm going to be doing this hole now. This rod should fit in there. Not that rod, different rod. Wouldn't you know it? Okay, I'll get that set up. Okay, sorry about that. This is a 3/8 inch rod. I had 5/16. I thought I'd set that aside for this job, but I set it aside for something else, I guess. I don't know. So be doing this again. Just get it all nice and lathered up. And just shove it down in there, which may be fun. And there we go. that is in there. So we got a little bit of excess on each side. And this heel, again, this is going to be, it's angled now, like in a downward slope. So the bridge sits high and the strings have to go down. That's the way of the, Gibson has it set up. But this is not a Gibson, and this is not what I want to use. So I'm going to be using something similar to a Floyd Rose. So this neck pocket has to be flat. So this is all going to get routed out anyway. So all the mods by Banshee Tech August 2024, that's going to be gone. I might add it back in. I don't know. It's going to be my guitar, so it doesn't really matter. I know that I did the work. So so then I think the other thing is I need to use a Dremel to get these, open these up, or I may have the right drill bit. I don't know. I'm just starting back in this, so I'm not really, fully outfitted yet for, everything that I'm doing. So, yeah, let me see if I've got the stuff to do this, and then I'll show that as well. So, okay, as it turns out, I do have the right dowel rod. This one is a 1/2 inch, so that's a little bit bigger than these holes. So that's all right, because I can just use the Dremel and open them up a little bit. But first, I need to know exactly how long to go, and I thought I would show that in case you don't know. Just take it down like that, and that's basically 3/4 of an inch. So then you can take this and just get something a little bit above where you need to be, so you can sand it off later. And then I'll be doing that, and then doing the same thing for this one, because I assume they used a machine to route that out, but I don't know. So now that I've got that marked, I can go ahead and check. Actually, no. See, that one is 0.868 inches as opposed to the 0.771. So this one's just a hair over 3/4 of an inch. This one, though, that one, well, not really sure what happened there. Must have been just a little pocket or something that I found. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Right in the very center, there's a little place. So that one's 0.773. So it's basically, 3/4 of an inch as well. So I'm going to go ahead and hook up my jigsaw, cut this dowel, and then make 2 dowels for this. So I'll cut this first and then measure again after I've cut it, and then cut the second one, both 3/4 of an inch. That'll leave a little bit of a cavity. Well, it'll be a little bit more than 3/4 of an inch. It'll be like 0.85 or something. So that's what I'll do. That way I'll have some sticking up that I can sand down later. But once I get everything set up, oh, nope, saw's already set up. Saw is good to go, so I'll go ahead and make this cut. Okay, so that ends up being, yeah, that's good. That's 0.979. I guess you can see that. I don't know. Get my light out of the way. I've got a headlamp on. So I'll do that with this one. somewhere alongside of that. Make that cut. Okay. So these didn't have paint in them because they had the bridge posts pressed in there, and you know, BC Rich never painted inside, and then whoever spray painted this thing for whatever reason, they thankfully didn't take these out ever, because I kind of doubt that they knew how. Which this is the general idea of what I used. I just used this as a spacer, so it's just a long. This I did with the ST3. So you just put, you know, a washer here, and then your spacer, and then you have a washer or two here. This goes down, threads into the bridge post, and as you turn it, it's not going to pull this toward the guitar. It's going to pull the bridge post out through here. So this has to be, you know, this has to be bigger than your post. This has to be bigger than your post, and then this has to be long enough. So I don't know what they're selling, but these work really, really well. And I found this stuff laying around, so it was free. I do have the other one for this. I had to make it, you know, this was, you know, the size of it. So you just have to find something that works and go with it. So now put some glue on this dowel. And I know a lot of people like to shove, you know, glue down in here and get a ton of glue and whatever, and that's cool. I've never really had any issue with these, with Titebond, ever wanting to let go. So I do realize what I just did. You may as well. I didn't open these up, so this isn't a 1/2 inch yet. So I'll get that off of there. Get that out of there. Okay, now switch this back over to the Dremel. It's probably one of the most unorganized, dumbest videos you've ever seen on YouTube, for sure. But I make mistakes. It really probably is enough, but I'm going to go a little bit more. Go ahead and get this one. Just a little more. So I'll go ahead and throw some of this in here. It's never a bad idea, especially if, you know, if you've routed out a little bit more than what the dowel is size-wise. So add a little bit more glue here. And put this paint side up because they paint the dowels. I'm not sure if I have a hammer here or not, so I will just use this tool. Maybe. That's about as far as it's gonna go. Put some glue on this dowel.